Hey guys, welcome to another session of Theorycraft. This is gonna be a mini Theorycraft because this is kind of last minute. This is almost for the demand of the community, wanting to touch on this these Valkyrie profile step-ups. Now, from what my information has told me, it's that in JP they did have separate step-up banners, but the rate up is only for that banner unit, as in like you can't pull any other rainbows. Now there's some guys on stream here who may know more information to me, so please correct me if I'm wrong. What I want to do in this Theorycraft is to actually compare the two. So what Gumi did compared to what JP did, and I think it's definitely something worth discussing, because how they've dealt with the Valkyrie Profile Banner, if my information is correct, is that this could affect banners like Xenogears, could affect banners like Octopath Traveler. All these like pretty decent banners with really good units. I would have to say Valkyrie Profile not even comparable to those banners. But those banners do have much better like meta changing units. So is Gumi gonna screw that up for that? So that's what we're gonna discuss today pretty much. Alright, SR Garth gave me his information here. So 3 separate step ups, 2% on the banner, 0% on the other 2 VP. No non-VP rainbows, but no 25k. Okay, got it. Alright, so then based on what SR Garth said, wait. Those individual step-ups didn't have the guaranteed, right? So yeah, 2%, but there's no guaranteed at the end. It's 11k step-ups like this. Okay, so if that is the case, I'm gonna say Gumi changed it, but I don't think Gumi flopped it, in my opinion. It's different. Okay, so it's it. Oh, 3 times 11k. 3 times 11k per unit? Or is it still locked to like 1 time per unit, but you get other rainbow possibilities too, like the other Valkyrie profile? Okay, I see. Okay, 111k. Okay, got it. So 3, but 1 each. Okay, and if I remember correctly, there was also a banner at the end where, or not a banner at the end, but like this regular banner here, where you could just pull the 3 of them from regular 25ks, or sorry, regular 5ks, but not a step up. Is that correct? I believe that's the case. So basically 3 step ups, and I do remember reading in JP as well, they did have sequenced like dates of release. So it's kind of like our situation right now. So Lenneth was released first for a couple days, sort of overlapping Freya for a couple days. Lenneth is gone, Freya overlaps Arngrim for a couple days, and then Freya is gone, and then Arngrim is the last one. Okay, so SR Garth says, yup, this global farce is objectively much worse. Cost me 55k for my Arngrim STMR. You already got Arngrim's STMR? Nani? What the heck? On what? What did you pull here? Oh, he meant in JP. Okay, 55k in JP. Are you sure this is objectively worse? Okay, so Alright, so one thing beneficial about the JP way of setting it up is that then each of these step ups, like even if I pulled Lenneth's step up, I could still get Freya and Arngrim, which means 33,000 lapis could possibly get me higher likelihood of all units as TMRs. And obviously the only 2 STMRs that really matter are Freya's and Arngrim's, and Arngrim is probably highest in priority. Okay, so yes, objectively it is worse in that case, because even if you did get other rainbows from this step up, you're not locked to Valkyrie profile units. You can get other units as well. Okay. SR Garth says, I don't use Bahamut tier that much. Okay, so SR Garth is pretty whaley on JP, so if he says he barely uses it, it's pretty much you'll barely use it. Hit the rate button for the step up. Okay, so drop rates. Let's take a look. He says hit the rate button. So we're gonna do this here for the step ups, right? So featured summon. Is this the step up already? No, this is dang, I wish they broke. Oh wait, step up summon, step up summon. So not featured summon, but step up. Wait, why doesn't it work? Is it just really slow? Oh, it is a step up, but it's highlighted on rare summon. Alright, that's confusing. Okay, so step up summon. Let's go. Man, global's real. Oh wow, holy cow! That's what was that? We're seeing live glitches here, guys. This is global. This is global. Alright, so let me keep going here. Let's scroll. Oop. Okay, it's gonna make sure I will get the right step up. Nope, this is still okay. Still Lilith and stuff. Step up summon 2. Lilith. Wait. Huh? Oh, this is the steps. These are the steps, aren't they? Okay, so these are the steps. So step 2. Keep going, keep going. Step 3. Oh man, they really gotta filter this better, in my opinion. It'd be really nice. Alright. Step 4. Okay, so we're getting there. This is step 5, I'm assuming. Sorry for the scrolling here, guys. But we wanna do our due diligence here. Get the right stats. I wanna actually discuss it based on actual information. Alright, this is okay, what the heck? Step 5. Alright, this is step 5. Step up. Alright. Here we go. Step up summon, here we go. Step up summon, this is for all 3. So this is the triple step up. So we got 0.33% chance. So this is like the old Halloween banners to get them outside of the guaranteed rainbow. So very, very low likelihood. Let's see here. Everyone else has a 0.02. So they're still higher on the rate. But let me see if I can go to the individual one. I want to see the individual one with Lenneth. So this is step 1. But this is still the multi-summon. So the 25k one. So step 2, 25k, I believe. Oh, I see. Each of this is describing each crystal rate. So the 10 plus 1 rate. I see, the 10 plus 1 rate. Okay, so for each individual step, that means I have to go through 2 of step 2, 2 of step 3, 2 of step 4, and then 2 of step 5. To be able to finish it. This is step 3, 100% guaranteed, but then but this is all rainbow, all units obviously, because that's the 3rd step. So this is step 4. This is so long. Step 4. Oh man. This episode should be called Jagan Scrolling Through the Rates. Step 5, so we're near there. We don't want to go past this. I want to go to the Lenneth one specifically. Yep, 1.25 rate. And then of course you get a guaranteed at the end. Alright. This is Lenneth. Alright, here we go. Finally. Okay, so Lenneth is at a 1.5 rate on step 1 here. That's not terrible, but again, you're only pulling 1 crystal or 1 unit, so that's very, very low likelihood. You have to get really lucky. But 1.5, I mean, it beats everything else. You have 1% chance there. Step 2, you get a 1% chance for Lenneth. Everyone else seems to be, yeah. Okay, so all the other rainbows are 0.02. 0.025 is 1%. Keep going. Step 3. Step 3, she gets a 2% because it's a 2 times rate. So, okay. Alright, so SR Garth says, main issue is the 1.5 for her and the same 0.25 for Arngrim and Freya. You basically have no chance of getting off banner in a VP unit. Yes, I see. But I don't know if that's worth complaining about. I mean, okay, so obviously I'm making this Theorycraft here for the sake of the community. I'm just thinking, because if you're pulling on that step up, yes, in JP's sense, you get them cross step ups, but I know you're spending more lapis technically to get them if you're going to go for the step ups, but then you also have a guaranteed at the end of it. So if it costs you 55,000 to get Armgrim's STMR, it means you pulled 11k on his step up. I'm pretty sure you've maxed that step up out. So that's 11k right there. So about 49,000 lapis. Wait, my math is bad. 50, so bad. 44? Whatever. You spent about 8-ish pulls on the regular one, right? So I'm just thinking right now, if you pulled 50,000 lapis, let's say 50,000 lapis on the step ups, you finish 2, but you get a guaranteed of 2 of them, at least. That's minimal. Is that not better? You'll get them way quicker in JP than global. The way they could have mitigated was have 3 laps of the 11k. So I see. So that's what SR Garth just said. Okay. I don't know. At the end, the RNG is a feeling. I mean, the rates are not, other than you can't get the other VP units, the rates are not so different. In the case of the solo step up banners. But I mean, RNG, you can feel bad. I don't know how it feels. There's a 7% chance here for a rainbow, 5% chance for Lenneth. Yeah, it's really low. This is step 5. Okay, I kind of see what you mean, because if you did get a rainbow from the other banners, spending 33,000 lapis, you might get them easier. I see. But versus global, like, to almost ensure you get them, you have to spend 75,000 lapis on the 25k step ups. Okay, I get what you mean. All right. So that is a big point. Love says, what kind of Asian are you? You should be good at math and know kung fu. Feels bad, man. Yeah, because my math failed. Alright, so what this means, I think, for Xenogears, so I'm gonna quickly, like, you know, for those of you who play JP or even follow people like YouTube content creators or even myself on JP, when we have pulled the Xenogears banner, they introduced a new sort of system. It's a very lenient towards free-to-play players, I would have to say. Like Mortrix, a good friend of mine, if you guys watch my videos, like, I often mention him as well because he played JP around the same time I did. He got some Xenogear STMRs as well, and he's free to play, didn't buy any lapis, only grinded it, but it was very simple. But basically, the Xenogears banner, what they did was they had a triple step up banner like this, but every single time you pull a 5k, you also get a limited ticket. If you finish up a full step up, or you spend 25k, you get 5 of those tickets. You need 5 of those tickets, and you can unit of choice, so to speak. Unit of choice any one of the banner units released in that banner. So let's say Xenogears Part 1 was Faye, Bart, and Ellie. You can just unit of choice them after spending 25,000 lapis, which means free-to-play players that, you know, right now on global, that may be saving up for the Xenogears banner, could have planned it out saying that, okay, you know, I'm gonna try to get 2 LEs, so I'm gonna save up X amount of lapis because I know I can get those FEB tickets, that's what it was called, those limited tickets that you get from that event, and I can select them, so for sure I can nail down a 7-star. Now, the thing about global, or what Gumi has done for their banners, is obviously they are trying to come up with a different way to make it more difficult for, you know, players to get the banner units. Now, I'll say this time and time again, those who compare JP to global will always feel somewhat salty, because the reason is because, you know, JP has kind of set a standard, and then everybody has that expectation, and when global doesn't hit that expectation, global gets, you know, pitchforks and whatnot. But let's say, for example, like the Halloween banners. I'm not talking about the triple Halloween banner down here. Obviously, people are still enraged about this because of that triple rate. Now, I did mention this on a previous Theorycraft, but I did want to talk about this Valkyrie Profile one because it's a different type of step-up style. But basically, global exclusive units, people don't have that kind of comparison. So you can only really knock them on the rate of the units, but you can't knock them on the banner design. So what I mean is, I think most of the complaint right now is basically the banner design that Global took from JP, but then modified it, try to make it better, but it isn't better. At least based on the numbers from SR Garth here. And one thing to note actually about the FFBE tickets or limited tickets from Xenogears is that at least in that event, you can get 2 of those tickets for free doing the raid itself. So technically, free-to-play players had even more lenience because you only had to spend 15,000 lapis to ensure that you get 1 of those units. Now, I have mentioned this before, in JP, their 25k step-ups are actually better as well than Global. This has been going throughout. One thing is that in JP, as you're going up the steps in the 25k style, you actually get increased rate going up as well. I think all the way up to, is it a 2.5 or 2 times rate at least? Within step 3, step 4, I think it's 2 times rate. It could be higher if my memory serves me correctly. Alright, later relevance. Yeah, so I mean, we're already getting a nerfed version of the step up. I don't expect them to have the increased rate on the 25k step up for Xenogears specifically. And then I also don't think they're going to introduce some kind of FFBE ticket. And even if they did introduce an FFBE ticket, I think it would be like how Global did the 2nd year anniversary, the CG units, the FFBE coin system. Now, that FFBE coin system, I think it was really obviously derived from JP's successful FFBE limited ticket system, because JP didn't have that FFBE coin system during their 2nd anniversary, and so I think Gumi saw like, oh, there's a potential in that. Okay, let's have that as an incentive for players to pull. Let's introduce the system, but not so overpowered so that you can select the unit you want after 25,000 lapis, but rather let's give them one where there's a chance to get an on banner, so they're kind of meeting us in between there. I have a high suspicion that that is exactly what they'll do. SR Gar says as a 2.5 times, I think. Okay, so he's talking about the step up. 2.5 times rate. He's fairly sure they fiddled around with that between the Sephiroth step up banner until now in JP. So I think it's been getting better. Even in JP right now, it is a 3rd year anniversary banners at the moment, so there's like really good incentives to pull. They've introduced that FFBE ticket again. While you're pulling on other units, you can still use it for their featured banner, which is really cool. I don't think Global will implement it, in my opinion. Like I said, I'm going to go back to where I left off there. I do think if they do introduce an FFBE ticket, they're going to do that kind of like, oh, there's only 3 rainbows, guys. There's only 3 rainbow units here, but they'll give it to us at random, right? And they won't do anything about it. Now, Badzilla says, I hope you're wrong. Because Badzilla, again, one of my friends here, he's been waiting for Ellie for so long. And with the release of the Valkyrie Profile Banner change, he's actually saving up more lapis. At least that's what he says. More lapis for Xenogears, because Xenogears could be brutal. It could be extremely brutal. Oh, SRGar says Sephi was great. Then they dropped the rates off or super low. They've settled on the 25k. I see. Grin Kappa says, first time I'm present at live. I did the inner chamber nightmare 1 year later. Feels bad. The Halloween one? Congrats, dude. It should be much easier with 7-star meta. Anyways, So yes, I'm gonna make this, like I said, this is gonna be a mini Theorycraft. It's not gonna be a big one, but it is something for us to think about. Now, I have read a lot of YouTube comments, and I think this is a thing trending on Reddit and on any kind of public forum, where people are saying that, okay guys, we gotta teach Gumi a lesson again. Close your wallets, right? Close your wallets. So they learned their lesson, like they did for the unit of choice thing. Now, it was kind of good that Gumi came around and actually gave us better ways of receiving the unit of choice. Now, the only thing I will have to say, a very little caveat, is that we don't know whether or not Gumi would have implemented their exact unit of choice ticket system, as in the way of obtaining unit of choice, without the riot. We don't know if they were gonna do that. The only thing is, because we have rioted, and they addressed our riot by saying that, okay guys, don't worry, you're gonna get unit of choice tickets. Whether they had that planned all along, or did they change their mind because of the riot, that's a whole other story. I have no idea. We can't, in retrospect, we can't go back and actually find out. Would they have come to their good senses and given us unit of choice easier? But we did have proof, and I did do a Theorycraft on that they had a unit of choice ticket in a bundle. It was a leaked little banner in game, but all of a sudden, after the riot, that bundle is completely gone. Nowhere to be seen at all. So I am saying that I think community riot, community voice, is something that will change your mind. Now, I don't want to talk about business per se, but Gumi's stock dropped like immensely during that unit of choice thing. And everything at the end of the day, if investors are not trusting Gumi as a company, hearing the community outrage, seeing the income or revenue drop on specific banners, yeah, Gumi's gonna pay attention. So am I saying that community voice will work? I don't know. I don't know how well it will work, but I'm saying that it seems to be the case that community outrage has been able to at least sway their game design. Now, as you can see, a lot of people on stream has been mentioning my lapis on top there. As you can see, I am ready to be pulling. Now, apologies guys, and ahead of time, I think I will be pulling on Valkyrie Profile. So I think I'm gonna get a lot of hate here, but hopefully you guys can understand that, one, I do like this game. I didn't get to experience this on JP at all, so to me there was no difference until someone actually brought up the rates. Now, I could be a salty bag of salt at the end of this, and it's very highly likely. As you guys seen, my luck is just terrible. So, but if I do get salt, I'm the only one to blame, right? But the only thing is, now you guys will say that, well, Dragon, you're feeding to their cause, right? You're saying to them that, I agree with this method, keep it going. That's not the case at all, guys. Come on, it's not the case at all. I know a lot of you guys have closed your wallets, so to speak, especially during this step up. Now, whether that will change or not over time, like, is it a permanent, you're going permanent free to play? I don't know. In my opinion, like, guys, if you guys don't want to support the game, just quit the game. Honestly, just quit it. If you're not going to support it financially, and I'm not saying that you should support it financially, but I'm saying if you're not going to support it financially, at the end of the day, you may as well just quit the game, because the company can fall, the game can crash, and then there's no more game. But obviously, I'm not saying that Gumi is so poor, they need our little handouts, right? I'm not saying that at all. They're rich and they're making a ton of money from this, so I'm not saying that at all. But I'm saying that in the long run, if we all just close our wallets, then we all can't play the game. So I guess I'm the balance, or people like me as the balance, maybe. I don't know. I'm gonna catch up on the stream chat a bit. I've been not doing them justice this time. Badsilla says either FFBE tickets or only banner rainbows would be good. I think if anything they might do, yeah, I don't know, maybe FFBE tickets still, but I think it's gonna be random. Grin Kappa says, do we know when Xenogears is coming? Maybe in another 4 months, maybe? Oh, okay, SR Garth estimate December. Wow, December for Xenogears? That's really quick. I think in the new year. I think somewhere in the new year, in my opinion. But I don't know. Fluo says Jagan robbed the bank, confirmed. 300 Lapis, Kappa, or Poggers, or PogChamp. Let's see here. No, you're right. Tiramisu Lover says, Gumi is rich AF. Alright? Rich AF. I agree. They're not poor at all. So at the same time, I'm not saying that, guys, we gotta keep supporting them to keep them alive. I'm not saying it. I think I think it is enough that some of us are actually not, not spending on this banner, which is fine. Fine, to each their own. If you want to riot against the game, you want to riot against this company, make your stand. It's totally fine. And I do agree that the community would have to gather together. Now, based on my view on the comments and whatnot, it does seem to be the case that I think there's enough people, boycotting this banner. But I think YouTubers like Clyke and others will be pulling on it. And it's not to say that because they're pulling on, I'm gonna pull on it. I'm just saying that sometimes people are gonna pull on it because nostalgia, because of the equipment, because they're addicted to the game. Whatever reason they're gonna be pulling on it, they're just gonna be doing it. Anyways, Flo asked, how much do you want to spend on the VP banner? I'm not quite sure. At this point. We'll see on Monday when I actually do decide to pull on it. But until then, I think I will end this Theorycraft here. Alright. One does says Dyer is FFBE's heart and core. Totally, yeah. He really, almost single-handedly, along with a lot of unknowns, whales that don't create content on YouTube, are definitely supporting them financially, I think. Keeping them afloat. Anyways, I'm gonna end this here, this Theorycraft here. So if you guys have Discord, check out the Discord server, follow me on Twitter, and subscribe to YouTube if you haven't. As always, thank you guys for watching this episode of Theorycraft. It is a mini one compared, less than half an hour. I'm proud of myself. But hopefully this has, brought us some discussion points, and for players who don't know about these banner comparisons, maybe this will allow you to really think about whether or not you should be supporting this banner by pulling on it. I will say, banner rating wise, these units and items and STMRs you can live without them, but then at the same time you can kind of live without any unit if you really think about it rationally. So it's up to you guys. Hopefully you guys, if you guys are pulling on it, have some good luck on this banner, because apparently we will need it based on the drop rates. So until next time, I'll see you guys later.